Southside 457.
Did you know that the Southside on Lamar is a National Historic Building?
This building tells a story.
I need a story to connect to with my heart.
There are so many stories in this building.
I wanted to teach other people how to naturally love themselves, and so I ventured into the field of opening my own spa.
There are people in this building with a passion to share what they know.
When I share my knowledge and my skills and my gift, I'm serving my purpose.
Preachers, teachers, architects, attorneys, engineers, artists of all kinds in this building.
What makes this place tick to me and makes it exciting is the combination of so many different kinds of people.
It's like a melting pot.
It's like a melting pot.
15 years, I've never regretted being here at Southside.
Welcome to the Southside 457 podcast. I'm your host, Walter Johnson Jr. Let's get it on. You can't miss the princess.
Listen, Linda, listen.
Southside 457.
Hey, what's up? This is Walter Johnson Jr. Welcome to the Southside 457 podcast. And today we got the Southside princess in the building, Taylor Symoné.
Yes. Thank y'all for having me. I like the emphasis on Southside princess because, that's me.
Yeah, Southside. So tell people, okay, hold on. So Southside on Lamar is a building. It's, live, work. Some people live here, some people just work here. But the Southside on Lamar, the building itself, you don't just show up here. Mm-mm. We're talking about that. So let me tell you a story about how I got here, and then I want to hear yours. Okay. So I had a friend of mine, Samuel Bowie, who's a photographer. Mm-hmm. He used to have a couple spaces in the building. And that's how I got here. But I remember coming here, and it blew my mind because it's like a small city.
It is
9 floors, 457 units, and you meet some of everybody. I mean, Erykah Badu used to be down in the basement. They had music studios, video studios.
I told people during COVID, I was like, you didn't have to leave the building because you had chefs.
Yeah. You
had stores.
They do podcasting.
Games, podcasting. You could do
coffee
everything.
shops.
Coffee shops. You had everything in here. So you really didn't have to leave.
So when I got here, it blew my mind. And I was like, you know what? When I get enough money, because this is about 20-something years ago. Mm-hmm. So when I get enough money, I'm going to get me a space up in here. And the opportunity opened up, and I got me a space in here, and I've been here ever since. Mm-hmm. And I love it, and meet cool people like yourself. I mean, who else gets the princess in their podcast room? The Southside princess. You
know what? I'm going to tell everybody.
On their podcast.
Southside princess, address me correctly. Come correct.
That's right. So she has a business here, too. But before we get to that, she's going to tell you how she got here to Southside.
Well, so how I got to Southside was actually I went and attended it was like a listening party down where Urban Specialist is. Okay. And so I'm leaving and a guy just walks out. He said, "You look important." And I'm like, "Look important? I am important. What are you talking about?" And so he starts asking, he's like, "Well, what do you do?" And I told him, I was like, I'm an esthetician. I have a health and wellness spa, so on and so forth. And he was like, "Oh, let me come see your place." So he came. At the time, I had like a 1-room suite. And he was like, "Have you ever been in Southside before?" And I was like, "No, I knew Southside, but I'm like, that's an apartment complex. And people don't know that there are buildings in here if they're not accustomed to coming here." So he was like, "Yeah, let me introduce you to so-and-so, so-and-so." Introduced us, saw a few of the lofts, ended up moving the spa in here. Within a year of moving the spa in here, doubled to a bigger spa. Within a year of that, added on a beauty bar, and I've been here going on 5 years.
Yeah, you in expansion mode. I see. She started off. She had like a small. Didn't you have a smaller unit? Then you got that super size, and then she had like a whole month of construction in that place. And
oh my god.
I was like, she's doing it.
Built the walls. It was like a clear space. Built the walls, made rooms, knocked out a window, created a door. We did quite a bit.
So when I come to Southside, like when I come to work, I feel super creative. Mm-hmm. And I almost have to, it's such a community here, and people just knock on my door because I make good coffee and all kind of stuff. But I feel like I have to like lock my doors, come in this room and shut the door to actually get some work done because it's such a community.
I feel like you.
That's how you feel?
I feel like you. Because, I know that when you walk by, you always see me in my office with my head down working or doing something. So when you see my blinds closed, that's me saying, leave me alone right now.
Okay.
Because so many people will come into my office and they'll be like, Tay, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Tay, I want you to meet somebody. Tay this, Tay that. And I'm like, I ain't gonna get nothing done. So I just go to the canvas most of the time next door, and I'm like, let me just work over here so nobody can find me.
So what's your favorite thing about Southside on Lamar?
My favorite thing is how the businesses support each other. So when everybody is, having an event or when something is going on, we like all tell each other so that we can show up and support. Like if Citron is having something, Miss Phyllis, if Amar is doing something, then we all like show up and support and bring our own network of people so that we can be a part of whatever they're doing. That's what I like, because I like to talk sometimes and I like to, have fun, but I like it when it's people that who are also business minded as well. So you're not just sitting down with people that don't have anything to lose in life. You're sitting down with people who are trying to build just like you are.
Okay, so tell me, so you were here in 2020. Mm-hmm. Were you actually in the building? Did you come to the building? Or did you?
Well, I didn't start living in the building until last year. Okay. So, I was in the building though. My spot was in the building. I spent a lot of time here in 2020.
We spent a lot of time here in 2020. Yes. So what was the community like here during 2020? Because
that was the early 2020 or end of 2020, because that was COVID.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Because that's when we needed each other.
So it was like a ghost town, but it was also like an inside party. Yeah. If that makes sense.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, so it was like the halls were empty, but that was only because everybody was going from one loft to another as if it was like dorms in a college. Yeah. So I was calling it Southside High.
Southside High.
I was calling it Southside High because it was just like, hey girl, what you doing? Okay, I'm finna come to the 9th floor. I'm finna come to your loft. Let's do a movie day. Yeah. Those type of things. So it was like we were bouncing from one loft to the next. At that time, I didn't live here, so I don't even think I spent a lot of time at my own house because I was here so much at everybody else's loft. So people were like putting together little events, trying to pass time by because most people couldn't work. We couldn't really leave. So it was really just like being in college and going from dorm to dorm and try to figure out how to keep yourself busy.
Got you. So now back to Touch My Skin.
Don't play with me.
Touch Your Skin, right?
Yes, Touch Your Skin.
Okay, so Touch Your Skin. Touch of Skin. What?
You just gonna keep changing my name.
Oh my goodness. Just speak it.
Touch and Skin. You said it right.
Touch and Skin. Okay. So talk about it. Like, how did you get on that journey to where you wanted to do skin and touch people and all this stuff?
Well, I grew up in a family full of cosmetologists. I can't do hair to save my life. So I found something else in the beauty industry that worked for me, which was skincare. Mm-hmm. And it was just something I was naturally good at. I have my esthetician's license. I can cut a little hair. I have like 1,000 hours of my barber's license. Because I have boys.
I may need a little.
You don't want me to.
Okay, well, I trust you. I believe you. I'm gonna believe you.
I can give you a little edge up, but I haven't touched
enough. You said enough. You said I don't want it. Okay, I don't.
I haven't touched.
No, ma'am.
I gotta do a little. How you gotta do a test run first. Then you be like, all right, I remember, and then do it. But yeah. So I just,
you can't get the hair back. How you have a test run on the haircut? Okay, go ahead.
Find somebody that want to be bald. That's it. But
find somebody that want to be bald.
So I got into skincare and I was just really good at it, and it kind of came about because in the African American community, we don't really know much about skin. We don't really pay too much attention in self-care. So when I got my first facial, I was just like, what is this? Like, I never knew anything about it. I think I was 23, 22. And so I was like 21, 22. And so it just became a journey for me to kind of assist other people with taking care of their skin naturally, because I'm one of those people, I can't do makeup. I don't know how to put on makeup. I struggle with lashes. The only things that I probably know is lip gloss and mascara. And so I wanted to teach other people how to like naturally love themselves. And so I ventured into the field of opening my own spa. At the time I had a business partner, so she was a massage therapist, I was an esthetician. And
when you first came here, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I noticed there was somebody else, but then I know, yeah. Anyways, okay,
yeah,
keep going.
She gone.
It's okay.
But as we grew, we kind of transitioned out, and I ended up buying out my business partner in 2021, and I've been running the business by myself ever since. So it's grown tremendously.
So, tell us a little bit about that journey of entrepreneurship, because you didn't just go from school to getting this place at the Southside, right? Mm-hmm. There had to be some kind of walk, and then you had to find your business partner, and then you had to come up with the place, then you had to meet this person down there, and then you moved into the Southside. So what was that journey like? Because you are an entrepreneur, mm-hmm. and you speak as an entrepreneur, right? Mm-hmm. So speak to that.
It was a journey. So when I say it was a journey, it was more so, how bad do you want it? And for me,
that's the question you ask yourself.
Yes, it was like, how bad do you want it? And I've told myself this. My dad used to tell me, grind 5 years straight and you'll never have to work another day in your life. Next year, it'll be 5 years. Next year is when I hit that pinnacle. And I've actually, there's been so many triumphs, I can't even name it. But for me, it was like, how bad do you want it? And then after I answered that question, it was like, okay, what steps do you want to take to get it? After I answered that question, it was like, okay, the steps that you wrote down, what priority from now to 1, 3, 5 years? After writing down that question, it was like, okay, so what are we going to do to start right here to make sure that we check this off and check that off and check it off? So it wasn't easy. It was not easy at all.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
You can say no, but can you share like one of the biggest hurdles, like so that people can feel like, you know, you're human and they're human, so they can like relate to where it's like, okay. Now, if it's too personal or if...
Oh, no, I'm an open book. I don't care.
Okay. Because I think it helps people to like explain, kind of just give a little bit of the story so that they can get it. So
I've had quite a few hurdles. I feel like I run track at this point. That's how many hurdles.
Gold medals? But are you getting gold medals?
How many hurdles I have. Listen, some of the little things fell over. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Some of the little things, the little hurdles.
Some of the things fell over. At this point, she's a runner. She's a track star. Okay. That's me. But a few of the hurdles I would say was buying out my business partner. So I went into the venture with 2 minds, and then I had to go to just me. Define all the odds when walking into rooms where they expect you to fail. Mm-hmm. So, with being a woman, with being black, being young, they have certain stipulations and things that they put on you because they think, oh, she don't know what she's talking about, or she's not as serious. She wants to just party and turn up. She got blonde hair. Then boom, I walk in the room and I'm like, oh, you thought I was gonna be the underdog, huh? And I have to let them know, like, I know just as much as you know. I make just as much money as you make. I don't have to flash it. I don't have to do any of that. But I reach just the same goals that you reach, just on a different level. And I reach different demographics. So that was a hurdle, gaining the respect. Another hurdle was just finding people to support my business, because the strangers will support you before your friends do. Let me ask you this as a side note. So, do you get a lot of business from people in the Southside, right? Not at all.
No?
That's the crazy part. No. People are still just finding out that I'm in here. So when they find out, then they do come.
Well, she's here.
So I think I've done a pretty good job lately trying to push that. But we would leave flyers. We would, try to go door to door. And some people just didn't know we were here until now. And we're like, y'all also get 15% off because you're in the building. Come see us.
15 or 50?
15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 15%.
Okay.
So
finish telling your story. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. Those are really just some of the biggest obstacles, and then trust, like trusting people to have the same type of passion for your business. Not the exact same, but
Like people that work with you?
Yeah, work with me, have the same type of passion to where they're not going to steal money from you. They're not going to run your business into the dirt. They're not going to be dishonest about certain things, but to have a good circle and a good team that's going to push your business the same way that you push it. So those were some of the biggest like struggles that I've dealt with.
Okay. So you are an author. Mm-hmm. What's the title of your book?
Manifesting Our Business. So it's about entrepreneurship. So I teach an entrepreneurship course. It's called Bishop Omar School of Entrepreneurship, and it's a 12-week course, and then a 90-day acceleration after that, to where we basically work with small businesses on building their foundations and getting their structure in order, learning more about business, their target market demographics, finances, projections, all of that other stuff.
So that book, it breaks it down like more of a technical thing. It's a technical book. I haven't read it. So.
It's a little bit of both. So it's not only breaking down, how to start a business, some of the things to do to build your business credit, the fundamentals, but it also kind of helps you get in the mind space of being an entrepreneur and the 5 pillars, mental, physical, emotional, financial, and spiritual. Because if you are not in tune with yourself, it's going to be hard to be an entrepreneur, because there are some days you make $5, there's some days you make $5,000. You have to be mentally strong and grounded to understand that you can't give up right now. Because there's been a lot of times I've been like, I don't know what I'm finna do. I'm actually right now, I don't know what I'm finna do. But I trust that it's going to work itself out. So as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of times that you just be like, God, what's up? Like
I've had that conversation
this battle
a few
that you're
times.
giving me, I didn't ask you to put me in this battle, fam. Like, why am I here? Like, can I tag somebody else in? Because I don't want to do it. And you have to literally be grounded to kind of sit down, take a step back, and be like, okay, let me look at the aerial view of everything.
So was that faith?
Yeah.
Is that called faith?
Faith of a mustard seed. I got it. I probably got 5 mustard seeds right now. About 5 of them. But I have a lot of faith, especially in my business. And like, I may not be rich in the physical form, but I'm rich in my network. And so I'm really big on your network is your network. So a lot of times my problem is if I just open my mouth and say I need it, it will already be provided to me. So, yeah.
So what's the name of that book again?
Manifesting Our Business.
Where can the people find it?
I mean, if you in Southside and you walk right by Spa, you're going to see me right there.
What's your unit?
245 or 215, either
Second
one.
floor.
Yeah, second floor. But if you walk right, it's a QR code right there on the step and repeat QR code right there. And then you can't miss me. I got lunges, and I'm standing like this.
You can't miss the princess.
you can't miss Southside Princess. Everybody knows me.
So for the people who are not in the building, that we inspired them to come to you, how do they get here?
Okay, so if you are on 35, you're gonna
No.
I'm just playing. You're coming Southside.
If you're coming from Oak Cliff,
Yes, if you're coming from Oak Cliff,
if
exit and go down Cadiz, like right on Botham, you're gonna see us right there to the right. If you haven't passed through Bellevue, you have not seen us yet. No, I'm just playing. But if you just come to Southside, come to the second floor. Literally, if you say you're going to the Spa, everybody in the front be like, oh, 245, you're going to Taylor. Everybody knows that. So you just come upstairs and, book an appointment. You can call us 972-992-7422.
Say it one more time and slow down for the people.
You want me to use the movie phone voice?
With slow ears. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Use the movie phone voice. Hello. And thank you for coming to
Thank you for coming.
You can call us at
972
992
7422
or you can go to the website at www.touchandskin.com. And all of our social media sites are the same too. It's at touch, the letter N as in Nancy, skin. Or you can follow me on my personal. It's I am Taylor Symoné with a Y. Symone.
Thank you, Taylor, for coming down here and getting through our technical difficulties and being patient. We're going to have you back on the next podcast, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Southside 457.